The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi guys, good evening all of you. Is my screen visible? Yeah. What we are going to learn today, we are going to today learn about display property, display property in which block and inline element we are going to learn. Then we are going to learn flexbox, and then we are going to learn grid. Then we are going to touch up on responsive design. I'll just give you all the overviews, fine? In depth you have to learn. Okay, all the overviews I will give you. In depth you have to learn. Is it okay? Offer letter by this end of the week, I guess you will get it. No, yesterday we didn't have a session. Actually, I was traveling, so that's why we didn't have a session yesterday. Because I was traveling. That's why there was no session yesterday. Yeah. I think I'm getting your day before I was not feeling well. Wait. First learn Priya, then you'll get then you'll get assignments, and then assignments you what you want. See, whatever I am teaching you, it's not just that part only. There are so many things over there in the HTML, over there in the CSS, and you can read it on your own. Yes, we'll start our session. Fine. So today the first topic what we are going to learn is about the display block and the display inline property. Fine. Installation of Postman, Node.js, MongoDB, Compass, and everything you have done yesterday. No, I'm fine. Okay. See over here, everyone. Fine. See everyone. Okay. So block level element. Fine. Block level or block elements in HTML. Fine. Not in HTML, in CSS, I would say. Fine. What are block? See, if you have written if you have written a paragraph, okay, if you have written a heading, correct. Those component, what do you think? How much width it take? Tell me, guess how much width it take. Does it take the width of the content or does it take the whole width of your viewing area? How much width it take? I'm asking about if you are giving border to heading tag and the paragraph tag. Let's see. Let's see. Fine. What you should do is that let's create a folder. Fine. Let's create a folder over here inside CSS. Okay. Inside CSS, let's create a new folder over here and let's write it as display. Right, let's write it as display property. In this new file, let's write index.html. Fine, index.html. Okay, like this you can write. Fine. Now I am writing over here. First of all, let me write an h2 tag that we are learning display and learning block and inline elements over here. Fine. Okay, let me write a p tag. Okay, let me write a p tag and something with the lorem. Suppose 5 words only I have written. Okay, lorem 5 words I have written. Let me write a style over here. Fine. In this style, I'll p tag. Okay, or you can write a class name of para1. Fine. Class name of para1, and we'll write a style of dot para1 and in this dot para1 I will write the border property. I'll give a border property. In this border property I'll write 2 pixel solid red in color. Right, 2 pixel solid red in color, and what I will do, I'll open this like this. Fine. Now tell me guys, what do you see? Is it taking only the content size or is it taking the whole area? Yes, it is taking the whole area. Correct. Yes, it is taking the whole area. It means if I want to write one more paragraph, correct, and I want to write it with lorem 10 words, means I cannot write it. See, on the right hand side there is so many of white spaces. So many white spaces. I even want to write this 10 words of lorem in the right hand side of the screen, correct? But I cannot write it. Why? Because the spaces has been taken. The space has been taken. Even though you write a word or not, even though you write one word also, right? Even though if you write one word also like this, L, it will still take the whole width of the screen. Whole width of the screen. Now, how can we change this? How can we change this? Fine. So in order to change this, fine, this is what we call as a block elements. These are what p tag, h2 tag, these are all what block level elements. They cannot be written in a same line. Okay, they cannot be written in a same line or in a same or in like a vertical way. Fine. They will always represented as a horizontal. Fine. Sorry, horizontal. Vertical. They will always be represented as a vertical. From top to bottom they will come. Right? Okay. These are called block level element or block elements. Fine. How to make a block elements, a inline element, so that the next element should come. Okay. Let's suppose I'll give this as class name, class of para 2 and one more like this para. Fine. Okay. and over here I'll write para. Okay, fine. Now what I will do, I will make this para means both of the what you call p tags, and what I will do, I will write display property, and here you write inline. Okay, here you will write inline. Now what happened? Now what happened is that it's only taking the specific width up to where the content is. Up to the content area, it is taking the width, no, not the whole area now. Not the whole area. Fine. So this is what we call as an inline display. Fine. We have by default inline elements. We have by default inline elements. Let me show you. The by default inline elements are like span tag. Span tag, suppose you can write hello. See hello, where it is written. Hello is not written in the next line, guys. Okay, let me add a break tag. Fine. Let's add a break tag. One more break tag. Let's add it so that we can have a space. Now span tag hello I have written. Over here, span tag hello I will write. World I will write. Right. So what, as you can see, they are not written in two different lines. Hello world, same line it is written. And if I make a border line over here, because see border line I'm creating so that it is visual to you. Okay, so span tag, fine. In this span tag border I will write border 2 pixel solid blue in color. See, can you tell me another one inline element? Do you think any more inline element exists? And if you want to make it as a block level element, what you can do, you can write display property and you can write block. See, now they are block level element. One more famous element is called inline level element. Fine. If you have heard of image tag guys. So image tag, okay, suppose this image I have taken, okay, width 200 pixel, right? Suppose this I have taken. Can you see where it is showing? Where it is showing? It is showing next to the world tag. Next to the world tag. Yes, class is also running on YouTube. Fine. Okay, just let me confirm once. Yes, class is running on YouTube, and I think uh, people has joined. Now I think echo will come. Okay. Fine. And very good answer. One student had answered me. Button tag is also one of the inline tag. But one problem is there with the inline tag over here. You know, one problem is there. What problem we have? Okay, let me show you the problem. Suppose this p tag we have written as an inline tag. Correct. This p tag we have written as an inline tag. Okay. Can we add a width to this? Suppose width I want, not width. Let's write height. height. Can I add a height to this? 200 pixel? No. Can I add width to this? No. We cannot add width and height to this. No, you cannot do that. Even though if I write the same thing in the span tag, guys, you cannot do that. But what happened if I do it the same thing if the display property is block? So yes, we can apply height and width. We can apply. Fine. Sorry. Remove this. You can see width and height we can apply. Okay, block level of code. And the same thing if I'm trying to apply over here in the inline level of code, you can see no response. So you will ask, sir, if we want to make a block level of code, block level element to an inline element, means we have to like not deal with weight and width and height. We don't have to deal with width and height. Is that so? But no, not that thing. What we can do, the solution for that is that you can write inline block level element. Now what will happen with the inline block level element, that you can now use the height and width of a height and width. You can use the height and width, but they will also be in the inline format. Yes. Darshana, watch it in YouTube, no issues. Wherever guys you feel comfortable, either in the go-to meeting or on the YouTube, wherever you find you find it working and easy, accessible, you can understand it clearly, there you can join, either on the YouTube or on the go-to. Fine. No need to ask permission and don't ask for attendance also. Fine. Wherever you feel comfortable, you can watch it. Fine. Okay. Let me just YouTube chat. No, let me just enable the YouTube chat, guys. Fine. Okay, then join on YouTube. If it is problem in GoTo, please join on YouTube. Maybe this kind of what you call traffic, it is not able to take on the GoTo right now. Fine. Or maybe because of the laptop also might not can. Sir, can you please share the YouTube link so that we can join, we can edit it. Okay, YouTube link. Fine. See, I'm doing in one system. That's why there is echo or something will repeat. Fine. Okay. After this, don't ask. So many times you are asking, guys. No, ask. I'm just joking. You can ask. This is the YouTube link. Wherever you feel comfortable, please join it. Fine. Okay, so I was telling you what inline block element. Fine. I was telling you what about the inline block element. That what with the help of inline block element, what is the benefit that we are getting inline elements? That's for sure. Secondly, what we are getting height and width. We can access height and width now. Fine. So that is more useful over here. Fine. That is more useful over here. Same way, if you see Image tag, we have our inline tag. Image tag are inline, but we can also add the height and width property. It means what? Images are what inline block element. Images are what? Inline block element, guys. Fine. Okay. Some more elements I can add. Okay. Suppose same if I write the image. See, they are inline block. Again, we have applied the width 200 pixels. Fine. We have applied the width of 200 pixels. And see, inline they are representing themselves. Understood? Any doubt, guys, between inline block, inline and block level elements? Is there any doubt? You applied width on both the sides. Yes. Just to check, just to tell you that yes, width properties are being applied when it's still in inline mode. That's what we call as an inline block level elements or inline block elements. Screen is blurry. Screen is. Join on YouTube, Pranav. Pranav, join on YouTube. Please share the YouTube link. Just now I shared. Fine. Please find the YouTube link and please join on YouTube. Okay, those who are facing issue. Yes, you can add height. That's what I'm telling now. Inline element, you cannot access height and width. Inline element. But inline block element, you can access height and width both. Okay, that's what you are telling. Okay, I add a height over here. Fine. Yeah, fine. Height of, suppose let's 100 pixel. See, still in an inline mode and still the height and width we can add it. How can we make it inline? Display property inline. You can add a display property over here, and make it as inline. Instead of writing as an inline block, you can write it inline. But with the inline, the height and width property will not work. Right? Height and width property will not work. Fine, let's move on to the next topic, guys. This is all about your learning block and inline elements. Let's move on to the more interesting topic of the day, that is your Flexbox. Flexbox, correct? So I hope your streaming is now going on smoothly. If you are not able to watch in YouTube, in GoToMeeting, please switch to YouTube, fine, as the link has been provided to you. Okay, and please listen over here carefully. Fine. Please listen over here carefully, guys. Okay. So for Flexbox, what I am going to do is that I'm going to create inside the CSS new folder, and I'm going to write flex. Fine. Flexbox or flex underscore layout. This layout we are going to discuss. After that grid layout we are going to discuss. Fine. In this file, index.html, let's come close this. Fine. So over here, what we are going to do is that we are going to take 5 boxes, and we are going to arrange them so that we can see how everything is working. Fine. Okay. So let's write a body, or okay, inside the body only, let's write a div element, div multiplied, fine, multiplied with what? 5. Okay, so 5 divisions we will create. Okay, in this 5 divisions we have to write 1, fine, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 div elements. Okay, now over here we'll write the class, all the classes as a box, correct? Before that only, okay, let me try this one. Fine. Div dot box, fine, div dot box, guys, and then multiplied with 5. Okay, let's check. Yes, so as you can see, guys, we are getting 5 boxes which has, fine, 5 boxes which have these things. Okay, 5 boxes we are getting. Okay, now let's write some style over here. Let's write some style over here. Okay, now style means what? Little boxes we will create. Okay, small boxes we'll create, and this time I want to go live on over here. Fine, I want to go live over here and reset it. Fine, so 1 2 3 4 5, as you can see, let's give some border and give some height and width over here to understand it clearly. So dot box over here, I'll write like width 100 pixel, fine, and height 100 pixel. Fine. BGC, that is a background color. You can give any background color if you want. Fine, like blurry wood. Fine, let's give them as a blurry wood. Fine, and font size, let's give a font size of 2 rep. Okay, fine. Okay, nice, fine. So these are 5 boxes, guys. Correct. As you can see, you are getting 5 boxes over here. Now, what is Flexbox? What is Flex? What it is doing? Let's understand this. Fine. Flexbox, Flexbox is nothing but and how you can arrange your elements, how you can arrange your boxes. Now, imagine what I told you. These boxes. Now, imagine these boxes as your box layout. One element can be there. Fine. Suppose one card is there, one card, in that card your image is there, buttons are there. All those cards, how it should be aligned. Fine. All those cards, how it should be aligned, where it should be there, where it should be in the screen. Should number one be behind number two, or should the number two be in front of number one? These all things, how to arrange your elements in a screen, that is what compiled of Flexbox. Fine. In a box, how you will arrange your elements, it is giving you a flexible way to arrange these elements in a box, and that box means your viewport, your screen, that box means. Fine. So that's what we called as a flex box, flexible way of arranging your elements. Now these elements, whatever these elements I am writing, 1 2 3 4 5, imagine that these elements will be your bigger elements, because everything is a box. So that's why I have given it as a box. Fine. Just 1 second, let me connect my pen tab. Now, before understanding the Flexbox, guys, right, we have to understand one axis. Fine. We have to understand one axis over here. What is axis? Because based on this axis only, they are relying, they are arranging themselves. Based on this axis only, they are arranging themselves. Fine. So this one in this direction, in the horizontal direction, this one I will write it as main axis. Fine. What? Main axis. Fine. This one in the way of x-axis, I will write it as, this is called cross axis. If you have notebook pen by your side, please draw this thing. Okay, in a box, please draw this thing and write it that these are the axes of the Flexbox. Fine. Now you see one thing. Fine. I will keep this over here. Okay, I will not do anything with the main axis and the cross axis, so that you can see how it is behaving, how your elements are behaving around this axis. Okay, how your elements are behaving around this axis. Fine. So what I will do, I'll go and write over here. I think it is visible. So see, the flexible way of designing or arranging your boxes. Fine, arranging your elements. So this property will be applied on the parent. Fine. Can you tell me, for these boxes, who is the parent element? For these boxes, who is the parent element? Yes, for these elements, see, these elements comes inside which element? Body element, correct. So body is the parent element. Body is the parent element. So we will apply, fine, what we will do, we'll apply our Flexbox, fine, in the body element, because we have to arrange them. Fine, we have to arrange all of them. So we have to apply on the parent element. Okay. So body, fine, inside the body, we will write display property flex. And as soon as, guys, as soon as you write the display property flex, what will happen? What will happen that everything now will be aligned as a main axis. Everything will be aligned with the main axis. See the transformation. Fine. So main axis, it has been aligned. Display property flex. Now if you want, fine, if you want to make it in the center, fine, this is the biggest challenge. If you have looked into the joke, fine, joke for the development, like for the last 2 days I am thinking of how to center a div. That joke, have you heard of? How to center a div? I don't know how to center a div. Interviews are asking how to center a div. So if you want to make these all elements in the center, fine. In the center, fine. So what you can do, you can write align items. Uh, sorry, not align items. You can write now justify content. Sorry, justify content, and you can write center. Now what will happen, you see, as soon as you write it, see in the main axis, flow of the main axis, they have been, they position themselves in the center. In the main axis, they position themselves in the center. Correct? If you want, you can also write it as, by default, we have a property of flex start. Flex start. By default, it is the property of flex start because that's why it is starting from the left hand side. If you write flex end, by default it will go to the right hand side. Fine, it will go to the right hand side. And if you want to write it as a center, fine. So according to the main axis, it is now in the center. Fine. If you want to make it in the center with the cross axis, if you want to make it in the center with the cross axis, that time you have to write align item. Fine. Align items what? Align items center. So now what will happen? It will come at the okay. Nothing happened. Align items. Am I writing wrong something? Let's see. Fine. Align items. Flex end. If I go, so it should go to the end. Okay. It is not going to the end. Is there any problem? Correct. Align item center I have written. The style tag body justify content center. Okay, let me see. Is there anything I'm missing? just for 1 minute. Main axis is this one, flex direction. Main axis, cross axis is this one, correct? Flex direction column. Okay. Yeah, see, align item center, display property fresh, justify content center, and align items center, correct? So align item controls the alignment of all the items on the cross axis. That's what I told. Fine. So over here, correct. Why it will go there? Yes, correct. My bad, my bad. Why it will go there? Have you seen the width? Fine. Okay. Let me tell you. Border property. Fine. 2 pixel. Solid. Okay. Black. Solid. Fine. Now tell me the what. See over here and see the height of the screen. Height is what? Height is just whatever we have given the height of the box. That's only, no? It is in the center. If we increase the height, fine. Suppose we increase the height. We write it like minimum height of 500 pixel. Minimum height of what? 500 pixel. Now you see it is coming inside the cross axis. That's, sorry, I forgot about that. We have not given the height. No, we don't have to talk about padding. We haven't given the height. So if we haven't given the height in that particular thing, in that particular box height, it was arranging itself. Understood, guys? Now if you go and check, if I write instead of align item center, if I write over here flex end, see, it will go down. It will go at the end. Now is it working? Fine. Flex start. See, it will go on the top. Working? What is the need of height? See, if there is a space, then only we can arrange now. If there is no space, see here, our element height, the whole body element height, if I'm not giving the whole element height, now the body is taking the height of this one, 100 pixel only. Height of this one, 100 pixel only. Now our body, although the viewing area is this much, but our body element, if I right click and inspect over here, go to this particular thing and see body is this much only. In this much, how you can arrange? Our parent element is only this much. And this much, how it will go to the cross axis? It don't have space now to go to the cross axis. It does not have space to go to the cross axis. So it is not arranging itself. If we give a height, fine. If we give a height over here, which is this one I've given. Now you see what is the body? See, this much height is there. This much height is there. Now it has space to move. Fine. Now it has what? Space to move. So it is moving itself. That's why I told now a flexible way of arranging your elements. This is what it looks like. In a defined area, in a defined height and width area, you are arranging something. Now the defined height and width area may be your height of the screen and width of the screen. It may be, it can be. Fine, it can be. I'm not denying that. Fine. Wait, we will come to that shrink property and all. Yeah, Lokesh, correct. That's what we did. Now what if we want to align our items in the cross axis according to the cross axis, then we have to write align items. If we want to align according to the main axis, means horizontally, you want to move it horizontally, fine, then you have to use justify content. Understood? Is there any doubt in these three things? If no, then we can move forward. Now next thing what I want to do, flex direction, I want to change it. Now we have so many things, fine. Flex direction, now if you have seen, our elements are displayed in a row, fine, which is a default property of a flex, where elements will be displayed in a row. Now if I want to move it as a column, I want to show my elements in a column, fine, then it will be okay. Let me remove this thing. Okay, so now you can see it is now displayed in this column. Okay, fine, let me just increase the size of this height. Let me do it 600 pixel so that we can find some space. Okay, 600 pixel, we have found some space. Now what will happen, since we have changed our direction of the flex, our axis also changed, fine, our axis is also getting changed. Now since the flex direction is different, this is our cross axis, fine, this is our cross axis now, and this will be our main axis. It is being rotated by 90 degrees, like that you can think. It has been rotated by 90 degrees. So this is now our main axis. Okay, cross axis horizontally, main axis vertically. Now if you want to align your items in the cross axis, what do you need, guys? What do you need if you want to align your item in the cross axis? Uh, what is the property? Cross axis, what is the property? What property we have used just now? If you want to align your item according to the cross axis, which property we should use? Reply, guys. Very good, very good. Align items, and then what you write? Center. Align items, what you write? Center. Fine. So if you go and check, see, align item center I have written, and it has been aligned itself according to the cross axis. According to the cross axis, it has done. Fine. If I want to do with the main axis, then what I have to do? I have to write justify content and have to write center. Fine, justify content, I have to write center. Now you see it is in the center. Now you can see it is in the center, guys. Okay, understood what? That if there is a change in the direction, then you rotate your axis by 90 degrees. Now the main axis will become vertical and the cross axis will become horizontal. Fine. Now there are some more things I need to discuss with you in the flex direction. See here, suppose let's remove this flex direction for now. So what will happen if I remove the flex direction? So our main axis will become this one. This one will become our main axis, and this one will become our cross axis if I remove the flex direction, correct? Okay. Now since we have only seen center, flex end and flex start, now some more properties you see. In the justify content, there is some more properties like see here, like space around or space between or space evenly, three more properties. If you give space around, means what will happen is that you can see in the center, they are all spaced evenly. Not evenly, but they all have spaces. Can you see? Right, they all have spaces. Like this also you can do. Or if you write space between, fine, space between, you can now see, okay, space between is there, and the first element and last element will always go to the extreme ends. First element and the last element will go to their extreme ends. Fine. If you write space evenly, fine, now you can see all of them will be spaced evenly. All of them will be spaced in evenly nature. These same three properties have inside our align items, as you can see. Fine. These same three properties we have inside our align items. Fine. If you add some more properties over here, if you add some more boxes over here, you can do that. Fine, you can do that. Okay, let me add some more properties and let me show you. See here, like suppose I'll add some more boxes over here. Fine. So suppose 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9, and this is 10. Suppose 10 boxes has been added. Fine. So what happened? 10 boxes are added and they are spaced evenly. Now what if I decrease the size of the screen? Fine. What if I decrease the size of the screen? Fine. So as you can see that they are all they are all been compressed and been in the same area. See, it's been in the same position. They're not going anywhere. Okay. If you want to arrange it, fine. If you have seen in the mobile, guys, in the mobile it is, see, suppose I will go to one website like webstackacademy.com. Fine. I'll go to this website webstackacademy.com. Now if you see over here, this is the website it looks like when it is on the laptop or in your computer screen, you are looking like. Fine. If I want to see in the mobile how it should look like, fine, I'll go to the inspect. Fine, for just for now, let me, we'll go to the inspect, go for here, this symbol. This is called for responsive design symbol. Okay, this symbol, if you go, and in this symbol, you like make it as a mobile screen. Fine. So in the mobile screen, it is going to look like this. You see how they have arranged it beautifully. Fine. Like this, it was looking in the computer screen. Fine. It is looking, this is how it is looking in the computer screen. And if you go for the mobile screen, if you go click over here, mobile screen, or click over here for the mobile screen, see how one after the another has been aligned. This is called what? Responsive design. Means in the laptop, the content remains the same, but it is shown differently. Similarly, on the in the phone, content remains the same. It is shown differently. This is what we call as a responsive design. And this what Flexbox actually had. Flexbox has that responsive design by default. Fine. Now if you see, but over here, if I'm decreasing the size of the screen, it is shrinking. So there is one more what you call property over here, property which is called flex wrap. And by default, it is no wrap. You can write wrap. What will happen with the wrap if you like add some more, it will go down actually. Fine. See here, controls whether the flex container is in single line or multi-line, and the direction of the cross axis, which determines the direction new lines are stacked. Fine. So that's what it is doing. If we add one more, the flex wrap, it is going to wrap the screen. So for now, by default, wrap reverse, and no wrap is there. By default, it is no wrap. Okay, let me check. Okay, let me try to where it is, add some more. Let's see what will happen. No, it is not coming down. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay, fine. If I over here in the CSS, if I where it is, I'm writing. Sorry, just remove this justify content. Okay, my bad, guys. I think I were applying. Oh, here I was applying here. This is another file I was applying. Fine. So my bad. Okay, fine. Now you see. See how they have been aligned. They're aligning each other. Fine. 10 elements shown like this. 10 elements. Fine. If you have more screen, more sizes, see here 5 and 5 elements are shown like this. And then more, see, this is what we called as a flex wrap. Okay, this is what we called as a flex wrap. By if you don't give flex wrap, I think today more mistakes are happening. Not mistakes, I would say, a general thing. If you not write flex wrap, it will be no wrap. Fine. If you write flex wrap, okay, it will align itself, right? As you can see. Now you will ask me, sir, that see here, the gap is not evenly. The gap is not even over here. Although you have given what? Although you have given justify content and align items center. Align item center means what? You have a cross axis, correct? Although you have a cross axis, but it is not what you call aligned properly. Now here what happens, here what happens is that on the individual, see here, this is what our main axis and this is what the cross axis. For each element they have the main axis and the cross axis. For each element we have the main axis and the cross axis. You can see for each and every item. Fine, I will prove you. Okay, if I write, guys, align items, instead of center I'll write flex end. Flex end. Fine, you see now it has gone to the end part of it. Fine, if I write flex start, okay, align items flex start. Fine, over here you see individual items are moving in the cross axis. But what if I want to move all the contents in one direction? Means what I want is that I should move all the elements through this. Only two lines, x-axis and y-axis, means cross-axis and main axis. Then we have to use one more element over here, that is called align content. Align content, and then you can have a space evenly over here. Now what will happen? See, it's evenly spaced now. Evenly spaced. And what you can do, this align items also you can make it at the center. Right? So now guys, if I show you the screen, see, align content, what it does, it align with the main axis and the cross axis, which is in blue color. And align items, what it is for the individual items. Individual items it was arranging in the cross axis. Understood the difference between the align content and the align items? See, inline block don't give you responsive design, don't help you with the responsive design, whereas Flexbox is helping you with the responsive design. And Flexbox has more option to arrange it. Inline block don't has options to arrange it. Understood the difference between align items and align content? Align content is aligning with the cross axis and main axis of whole body, whereas align items are aligning themselves according to particular item, aligning in the cross axis according to particular item. Fine. Okay. Now let's me remove some of the boxes over here, because okay, done for them, it's done. Fine, and let me remove the responsive design. For now it is okay for us. Fine. Okay, and if I remove everything and write again the main axis and the cross axis, so I can write, okay, let's give it as a, this is what I don't have a scale, no, main axis, cross axis, correct? Fine. Now guys, this is what we have seen if you want to align all your items inside a particular parent element. There are some properties in which single items can also be aligned and can behave. Fine. So for those properties, for the item perspective properties, fine. For the item perspective properties, not this is whatever we talked about right now is the parent perspective properties. Now, if you want to talk about, we will talk about the item perspective. Fine. So over here, there is something called as flex shrink or flex grow. Two things are there. Fine. Flex shrink and flex grow. Okay. Now come over here. If see now box is there. Fine. Box is representing each and every element. Each and every element. If I write over here box shrink. Sorry, flex shrink, and I will write shrink means what? Shrinking means what in English term? Means fine. It will be what you call compressed. Fine. So it will get shrink. Now I make it 0 means it will not shrink. Okay, it will not shrink. Now if you go to the responsive design and you see it is not shrinking. It is not shrinking. It is wrapping itself. Fine. Okay, if I close the wrap, fine. If I close the wrap, just close it like this, fine. Now you see it is not shrinking over here. See, not shrinking now. Fine. This is what we call 0. Okay. If I want to shrink, if I want to make them shrink, then I can use 1. So it's just like a what you call switch on off. Like see now here how they are shrinking. This is what we call as a flex shrink, and flex shrink is applied. Flex shrink and flex what you call is applied on the items, not on the body. Correct? Not on the parent element. Okay. Then we have something called flex grow. Flex grow 1. Now what it will do? It will take all the spaces. Now it will try to fill all the spaces over here. Whatever the white spaces you are seeing, it will try to fill all the spaces. If I give a border, fine, border of 1 pixel, 1 pixel, solid, fine, black color. Okay. Now you see it is trying to take the spaces, and if we write it 0, see nothing will happen. Fine. This is called flex grow. Now what you can do with this? Fine. This is for all the items I am showing you. Okay. Now if suppose I am giving any one item, fine. Suppose this one I am giving this as a class name of box, not box. Box 1. This is what box 1. So guys, see over here. Have you seen navigation bar? Correct? No. So just I will write and comment these. So what will happen? It will come on the top. Okay. Now what I will do, try to do. I'll write box 1. Fine. And I will give him the property of flex grow 1. What will happen? See, all the spaces is taken by only first element, flex grow. Others nothing. Nothing. Fine. What if I write flex shrink over here? One means what will happen if I shrink it? See, only one element number one is getting shrinked. Only element number one is getting shrinked. Others are not shrinking. Okay. So 1 or 0 you can give. Okay. One more thing. If you want, like suppose let me give this as an ID, because what happened, ID is more superior than the class element. Fine. So let me give it as an ID is equal to box1. Okay. More prioritized. Fine. IDs are more prioritized. Okay. So hash. So box1. Okay. Box1 flex. Now here in the box I will give flex shrink. Fine. And I will write 1 and I will write box1 as 2. Fine. Now see what will happen. What will happen is that now the others will shrink and the first element will shrink in double speed. Fine. You see. Others will shrink, but the first element is shrinking double. See the difference? How to align the number in the center of the box? That is your, you have to think. That is a good question. How to align the number in the center of a box? Those who know, please comment it and please write it in the chat if you know the answer. Understood, guys? So do you understand the difference between flex grow, flex shrink, and where it is used? People find flex as little bit difficult sometimes. Why? Because they don't understand which property to use where. I also find it difficult. Maybe you do not find this difficult. Fine, maybe. But I found it difficult. That's why I'm teaching you like how a small kid has been told. Fine, everything. Okay. I find it difficult. Flex grow, flex shrink are applied on the item. One more thing with this. If you apply flex grow over here, you apply 2. And if you apply flex grow 1. Fine. Now you see, 1 will take double the size of others. See, it is covering the spaces. Correct. It is what? Covering the spaces. 1 has taken double the size of whatever the other 2, 3, 4, 5 has taken space. Fine. Understood, guys? You can also write in the shorthand property. The shorthand property of that will be flex. Fine. Only flex. You can write 2 and 2. Fine. 2 and 2. What will happen? So the grow and the flexible is both been applied. See. Fine. This is the shorthand property. First one is for actually grow, and the next one is for shrink. See here it is written flex grow, flex shrink. Flex basics is also there, but we don't have to go there. Fine. If you want to align, see, this is all we have talked about. What? Main axis. If you want to align some single element in the cross axis, then you can write one property called align self. Now you can align is like flex start, flex end. Fine, you can write like this, flex end. What will happen? See, number one, it's gone in the cross axis. If you want, you can write it as center. Flex center. So on single property it will work. Okay, on single property align self is going to work. So I will summarize what we learned. First of all, we learned about the justify content. First of all, we learned about the axis, main axis, cross axis. Then we learned about the flex direction. Then we learned about align items, justify content. Then we learned about what flex wrap, correct? Then this is all about with the parent specific. Parent specific we learned, fine. Then what we learned about align content. Fine. What is the difference between align items and align content? Then we learned about, according to the item specific, we learned about flex shrink, flex grow. Okay. And we learned about align self. In this, do you have any doubt? In this, anybody has any doubt? See, if you want to practice, I can give you, okay, where you can practice over this. Okay. Can you see this website? I'll give you to all of you. If you want to practice, see website 1 layout is there, website layout 2 is there, website layout 3 is there, 4, 5, so many website layouts are there. Fine. So you can practice this thing. This is your assignment. The person who was asking for me the assignment, this is your assignment. That you can practice it. Fine. I'll give you the link. Fine. Don't worry about that. I'll give you the link, everyone. Okay. YouTube. Okay, I'll share it on YouTube if it is possible. I hope guys you got. Flex repeat. Flex repeat, it is again and half an hour of topic. You can rewatch the session. You can rewatch the session. If you have specific doubt, you can ask me. Should I show you any example how to do this? Okay. Let me repeat. People are asking to me for repeat. Sure. Okay. Guys, please see over here. If we are talking about the flex according to the parent perspective, fine, means you have a div element, fine. In this element, you want to align those elements, fine. You want to align those elements. So this is what we call as a parent, correct? This is a parent, and these are what single items, fine. These are what single items, elements or items, you can say, correct? So according to the parent's perspective, first of all, we talked about display property flex. Now what by default the display property flex is giving you inside in the row. It is arranging your elements in the row. Okay, it is arranging your elements in the row direction. Okay, If you want to align it in the horizontal manner, if you want to align your elements in a horizontal manner, then you have to use what? Justify content. Fine. Justify content has 6 options. Fine. Flex start in a horizontal manner, I'm saying, means according to the main axis. Okay, I'm telling you according to the main axis. Okay, flex start, flex end. Fine. Then center, space around, space evenly, and space between. Fine. These are the values of justify content. And if you want to arrange it according to the cross axis, means vertically you want to arrange anything. Vertically, if you want to arrange anything, you have to use align items. Align items. Fine. If you want to use it vertical. Now this has only 3 options. These 3 are their options. Values, as you can say. Okay. No need to submit the assignment, for yourself, for your understanding, I'm telling you. Okay, align items. Fine. Next what we talked about, wrap. Means if suppose you have more elements which is not able to fit inside a particular viewport. Means you have element which is not able to fit inside your viewport. That time, how you should show? So you should show the elements like this: 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom. Fine, 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom, so that it look good, it feels good, and anybody who will see will like see that yes, you have done something good. So for that, what we can do, we can wrap it. So we are using property called flex wrap. Flex wrap. Now what happens with the flex wrap is that there is an uneven distance between these elements. This is an uneven distance. Over here, suppose this is what your viewport. There is an uneven distance. Fine. Here this distance is very small. This distance is but this distance is very big. Why this happens? Because of the align items is only specific to these item. Fine, like this. Align items are only specific to these items. If you want to change something, it is going to this element is going to change within this axis only. But I do want to change anything. I do want to change the spaces and I want to align it through this particular parent element. So I need this axis. I need this from this axis, it should change. Major axis, not individual axis. Fine. So here what we are using, align content. Align content. Again, we are talking about parent only. Whatever the nodes you are now seeing about parent. Understood? This only I talked. Kirtana, understood? Okay, fine. Next, if I talk about only the element specific, So I talked about two things. which is flex grow and flex shrink. Flex grow, suppose this is what a parent element and this is what a element I have taken. Now flex grow, if I write flex grow is equal to 1 for this, it is going to take all its horizontal value like this. It is going to make it all its horizontal value, it is going to take. This is what called as a flex grow. If I have written flex shrink is equal to 1. So what if I decrease the size of this parent, the element size also will decrease. So this is for flex grow 1 and this is for flex shrink 1. This is what I talked about. Any doubt? Thank you. Okay, so for your reference, this is your website. This is the website. Fine, I have also find it just online. You can go, or you can go to this one, Bento Grid. Fine, Bento Grids. This also you can, if you want, you can do it. Fine, so many ways, so many things are there. You can design it. Okay, now let's come to a next topic, which is grid. Okay, grid is more fun and easy than Flexbox. Fine, let's go on to the grid. This is also bento grid. This can be done with the grids, can be done with the Flexbox. If you want to challenge yourself, you can do it with the Flexbox. With the grid, obviously it is very easy. Fine, okay. Now what I will do, let's create, I think in the CSS, let's create one more folder and let's write about grid layout. Grid layout, fine. In this grid layout, let's create a new file, index.html. Fine. Okay. Index.html, fine. We are learning about the grid. The grid is fairly simple, fine. So first of all, let me create some container. CSS, tomorrow I'll finish CSS. If you want, today only I can finish CSS. If you don't like, fine, let's focus over here. So div dot container, fine. Again, see, this Flexbox is a way to align your elements inside a parent element. Similarly, grid is also a way to align your elements. Fine, grid is also a way to align your element. Fine. Over here, let's create a div element and let's create a name them as dot header dot box. Fine. Okay, and this one will be what? Header. Okay. And guys, you didn't tell me the answer. One question I have asked you, that what if I want to align 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle of a box? So on each boxes, what you have to write? You have to write a display property flex, display property flex. Okay, and align item center, justify content center. Okay, so now what will happen if you go and check? You see all the numbers are in the center, right? The person who asked this question, okay, and got the answer because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are also the child element of a particular div block, right? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these all are one type of element only, right? One type of element which we are calling them as node. It is called number text node, right? Text node. These are all kind of one element node only, which whose parent is div element. So you can write same thing. Align item, justify content center, and the display property flex. Understood? I'll close these things. Fine. Okay. Header, then div dot article dot box, fine, and curly bracket you can write article, fine, and press tab, it will work. Again div dot aside, fine, dot box, okay, dot aside dot box, fine, and curly bracket you can write aside, fine. Again done. Div dot navbar dot box, fine, and curly bracket you have to write navbar, fine. Again done. Last one, footer. So div dot footer dot box, fine, and you can write footer. Just 1 second. Let's create this thing. Okay, you can see the, let's recreate this one, fine, with the grid, fine. We have to recreate this one with the grid, guys. Okay, header, article, aside, nav, and footer, we have all those things only we have written. Okay, so let's recreate this. You can write, let's, after this we'll move on. Guys, can you tell me what do you understand by viewport? Very good, very good. Correct. Your screen. Fine. Correct. Your screen. Okay. The device in which we view. Correct. So let me write some styles over here. So as you can understand style, then again here we have to take the parent. So now I have created a container. This is our parent, right? Dot container is our parent, right? So that you cannot confuse. Now this time guys, what I will do is write height is equal to 95 VH. VH means viewport height. Now, whatever the size of your screen, 17, 20, 44, 52 inch, the view VH means 95% of the height of the screen it is taking. 95% of your height of the screen has been taken as a height. Fine. Okay. You can make it 50%. 50 VH means 50% of your height of the screen. Whatever the screen size it is. Fine. Height. Fine. Again, we have to write what display property. This time it will be grid. Grid. Now with the grid, what happens? Fine. Let me show you. Go live. Right click, inspect. Fine. If I increase the size, select this whole container over here, and this whole container display property. See, grid is written now. See, grid is written. Click on that. If you click on that, what is showing? It is showing you the rows. What it is showing? Rows and their number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means we have what? 5 rows, 1 column. 5 rows, 1 column we have. Understood? This is what it is showing you with the display property. What you have to do here? Grid is there now. Here grid is there now. This you have to click. Okay. After this, now you want how many rows and how many columns you want in your what you call viewing area. So let's refer to your example, whatever the example we are taking. Fine. This example. How many rows and how many columns are there, guys? Can you tell me? How many rows and how many columns are there? If you see it clearly, we have row number 1, row number 2, row number 3. Okay, we have column number 1, 1 column and 2 column. Correct? We have 2 columns, sorry, 3 columns. My bad. Column number 1, column number 2, column number 3. 3 rows and 3 columns we have. 3 rows and 3 columns we had. Fine. So now what we have to do, we have to divide our grid area into 3 rows and 3 columns. How to do that? Correct? How to do that? So in order to divide our we have to write in the parent element, we have to define what? Your grid template rows. Grid template rows. Fine. Now you can write the width of the rows. Like suppose you want how many rows? 3 rows. No, you can write 100 pixel 1 row. Second row again 100 pixel. Third row 200 pixel. You can write like this. You can write like this. Or you can write repeat. Fine. Repeat what? 2 rows with 100 pixel. Repeat 2 rows with 100 pixel. That also you can write. And 200 pixel is here. That is the third row. Or what you can write, the best thing what you can write is that repeat how to repeat. So the rows, okay, I will take. So the first row, if you go and check, fine, the first row, now according to first row and third row are same, correct? Second row is taking all the other spaces. So what if I write it like this? According to the first row, 200 pixel, fine. Second row, I'm going to take what? 1 fr. Fr means fraction. All whatever the value is left, that you can take, and then you can take again 200 pixel. You can do like this, or what you can do, you can tell, okay, first one is 1 fr, fraction value. Second one is double its size, 2 fr, and the last one is what? 1 fr. That also you can do. So now what will happen once you go over there? Now what will happen in our project, right? See here, 1 fr, 2 fr, one more. See, navbar and since we have not given a column, that's why it is behaving like this. Okay, let's give a column. So if you see, the first column is very big and the second two columns are similar. So I'll give what? Grid template columns. Fine. 2 fr, again 1 fr and 1 fr. It will cover all the spaces. We don't have to write 200 pixel, 300 pixel, 400 pixel like this. It will cover all the spaces. Now what I have done, I have divided my grid area into 3 rows and 3 columns. Understand? Now, can you tell me, guys, the header, from which row to which row it has been going? Which row? Now you see, now what will happen, you know, we have to give the numbers. Fine, suppose now our whole grid is divided like this. 1 row, 2, 3, 4. This is 1. This is 1 row. 1 row, second row, third row. 1 column, second column, second column, and then this one is what? Third, fourth. Fine. Now can you tell me from which row line and to which row line our header is being distributed, or header is being there? Fine. So see here. Okay, see here everyone. Now we have to align our header. So I'll write header. I'll give some border to this so that you can understand. Border 1 pixel, solid. Fine. Solid red. Okay. And let's give some BGC background color. Okay. So beige I can give. Fine. Now how we have to write our grid area? Fine. How I have to write our grid area? We have to write, first of all, we have to write which grid row. Grid row. Fine. And then we have to write starting of the row line, and then ending of the row line. Similarly, we have to write it for the grid column. Fine. So the starting and ending of the grid line. So can you tell me from which grid line our header is starting? So you have to write like this: grid row, and it is starting from what? First, and it is going up to where? Second line. Starting from first, going up to second line. Okay. Similarly, grid column. So grid column, it is starting from 1, but it is going up to where? 4. Fourth line of the column it is going. Fine. So now if you go and check, guys, in our project, okay, you can see this header part is being taken from row 1 to row line 1 to row line 2, and from column line 1 to column line 4 it has taken the space. Very easy. Very easy it is. Now can you tell me for the footer? I am waiting. Can you tell me for the footer, guys? Can you tell me from the footer? What should I write? Grid row. And what should I write? Grid column. If you want, I can show you. See, numbers are written. Can you tell me for the footer? Very good. Pujari Meghna, I guess. Pujari Meghna. Thank you. Anybody else? Only one person. Out of so many students, only one person. Very good, Harshini. Anybody who is learning for the first time can give an answer. Na? That will be more than enough. Very good. Chandu, I guess. I'm seeing your messages and your comments, guys. Don't worry. Please send your answers. Whatever you know, what it's okay if you do the mistake. Yes, Kirtana. Yes, it is correct, Kirtana. My question is, can you align the footer according to the grid lines? According to the grid lines, can you align the footer? Anybody else to reply? Okay, fine. Some people has replied and all those peoples are correct. All those person who has replied is correct. Fine. Yes, thank you, musical vibes. Okay, so grid row over here, the row will be 3/4, correct? And column 1/4. Okay, very good. So now the challenge begins. Now the challenge is what? Let's align article. Okay, one second. Article aside map, fine. Okay, let's align article. Tell me quickly, guys, what is the grid row and column? You message me. Fine. Meanwhile, I'll write. Tell me, guys, the grid row. Anybody with the answer of article grid row? Very good. So grid row is 2/3 and grid column is what? 1/2. Very good. Very nice. Okay. Guys, about aside. Okay, let me show you now. Okay. See here, article is coming like this. Header, article, footer. Correct? Aside and navbar. Okay. They have actually aligned it, but still we need to write the rows and columns. Okay. Article, then I think dot aside is there. Quickly guys, for aside and navbar, please write for aside and navbar. Please send your messages for aside and navbar. For aside, any takers, anything? Very good, Harshini. Very good. So for the column 2 to 3. And similarly for the navbar, three to 4. Correct? So I hope now if you click on grid, it will be getting closed and now you can see what I meant. Fine. Now you can see what I meant over here. Okay. And you can go and you can write like 95 ph. So now it is looking like header, article, aside, navbar and footer. Guys, one more question before closing this session. How can I write this header, article, aside, navbar, footer in the center of every div element? Last question of the night. How can I write all these things in the center of div element, in the center of this div element? Very good. So for that, what we have done, if you remember, we have taken one more class name that is called box. Correct? Dot property box. Fine. Font size. Let's increase to XX large. Fine. Display property flex. Align items center and align item center and justify content center. See, all done. Fine. That's all for today, guys. So thank you for joining the session. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new today over here. Okay. So thank you, guys, and you can leave the session. Thank you, everyone. Responsive design. Tomorrow's topic is responsive design, and a little bit inside the grid, about the grid area we have not talked about. That I will talk about. And maybe we can start JavaScript tomorrow, if the time permits. Thank you, guys. You can leave the session. Thank you, everyone. About the project later we'll discuss. G Krishna, what kind of project you want? Do you want to build an Amazon clone or something? Thank you, guys. You can leave the session now. I am also telling about final submission project. Final submission project is the project what we will teach you. That you have to only submit as a final project. Thank you everyone.